Hello and welcome to Ask Don Anders. This question came in form of, it actually wasn't really a question. Our client was very concerned about taking too much risk. And they said, well, I want to make sure that I'm not taking too much risk in my portfolio. I know I'm going to give up some risk. So how do I figure out how much risk I can take? And that's a great question. And a lot of times people will say, okay, you'll meet with an advisor and they'll say, okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much risk do you want to take? Do you see a problem there? Because my 7 might be different from your 7, right? So I'm not a fan of the on a scale because the scale can be subjective. I like to actually put it and quantify it in numbers. So if somebody has, say, $200,000, I'll say, okay, would you be comfortable if your account decreased by $20,000? And if they say, no way, well, that's only a 10% loss, right? So that's actually a pretty conservative account when it comes, when it comes to investments. A 10% loss for mutual funds and managed accounts, that's not that aggressive. So we have to assess that. Recently, we actually started using a new software called Riskalyze. It's fantastic because it asks those questions that we've already been asking, and it puts it into software and tells you exactly what you need. So if you don't know what your risk tolerance is or how much risk you should be taking, come on in. We can ask you some questions, or we could also email you the Riskalyze, and you can take the little quiz. It's about 10 questions, even if you're not our client. Let us know, we'll email it to you, and it'll give you your risk score right there, and you'll know how much risk you can be taking. But if you're our clients moving forward, we're using it with all of them. We've only been using it for about a month, but we use it with all of our clients to determine exactly how much risk they should have. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with taking no risk. A lot of times people will say, you have to take some risk, you have to, you put your money out there so it can grow. If you don't want to see negatives, don't see negatives. Go with fixed accounts. There's nothing wrong with that. It's your money. You can do what you want with it. But make sure that you're not out of line. If you never ever want to see a negative, then go with the fixed account. If you want your money to grow and be, something that's a little bit more aggressive, but you want to exceed inflation, then go with something more aggressive. But make sure it is yours, not somebody else's idea of what you should have.